there for 15 minutes. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get the water. So I walked down there, and then 2 minutes later, you're fucking celebrating.
So, approximately 10 minutes ago, I just shot a mule deer. I was walking around this hillside, and I seen him bedded against this shelf, and I sat there for like a half hour. Wind was just skirting him. I was just far enough away or above him so the wind wouldn't go to him, and sat there for a half hour, extremely uncomfortable. He stood up 65 yards. I shot. He jumped the arrow. I would have smoked him. The arrow was going perfect, but he ran like 10 feet before my arrow even got there, it seemed like. He jumped down a couple yards, ranged him again at 66 facing me, knocked another arrow, slung one, hit him, and he ran off. So these guys were getting water, and now we're gonna go and find my arrows and stuff, so see you in a little bit. All right, here's my first arrow. Second arrow, sorry. Luminoc. Let's get my second one. And here's my first arrow. Right in the dirt. I was right up on that grassy center of the hillside. And this is the bed he was in. Man. Alright, so far there's not a lot of blood. I know he was facing me when I shot him, so I went for like a brisket shot kind of, or to tuck it right next to it, and I think I hit him like right in the neck a little bit. So there's not a lot of blood right now, but I saw him run up the hill. He was gasping for air. It sounded like his lungs were filling up and stuff. So we're gonna track this deer and see how far we get. So stay tuned. Got some blood. Some spray. How fast that blood dries, huh? A bunch. He's hurting.
Dark, right?
Pretty dark.
Could have clipped that artery.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'd be fucking dead here. From here, here. Alright, so the blood has pretty much dried up, which isn't good. So we're just gonna back out and come back in the morning and see what is going on. So it's gonna be a long night. We got a long hike back, a couple miles, so we'll see you in the morning. Alright folks, so I'm out on this hillside, this mountainside here. I'm trying to glass down in there and see if I can see that deer walking around, or if he's by the pond or something, just to scan it quick and see if I see any sign of him. And then I'm going to go down there and start looking. So I think I hit him right in the base of the neck. I saw blood coming out there. I never saw an exit wound, but you know, my arrow was there, so it was a pass through. So there was good blood the first 100 yards, and then it got to needles and pins. So we backed out, and those guys were on the other side glassing this other northern side of this ridge line. And I'm over here, and then just made some coffee. I'm gonna eat my breakfast quick, and then I'm gonna go pack down there and start looking for him. So wish me luck. Go ahead.
Guy behind the camera missed 3 times. And shot one in the neck.
Threw the whole quiver at him.
Whole quiver full.
And he still smoked.
He would have smoked if he hit 30
Um,
yards.
That's a lie. I shot at that fork and horn at 65 yards. He ducked my arrow.
I thought he ran past your arrow.
I'm pretty sure you shot the shadow.
I shot at him,
You shot his shadow.
and it was gonna double on him. It was a perfect shot. Felt good, looked good, but he ran like 10 yards before my arrow even hit there. Landed in the dirt. Then he was facing me. I knocked another arrow, ranged him again, still 65 yards. Shot him. He ducked a little bit, and I hit him in the neck. And we never found him. And I looked all day yesterday, and after 300 yards, there was no blood trail and stuff, so. But while I was doing that, Brandon shot a nice doe. Right?
I'm a fucking killer.
Because he says he's a killer.
That's why.
So that's the story.
We needed that bloodshed.
Okay. Matt's going up this hill to stalk a buck on this mountaintop here. So I'm going to try and film it. I don't know how much of it I'll get. Alright everyone, we're driving on this ridge line here, and we stopped the truck to look over this cliff here, and we spotted, we think 3 deer. We're not 100% sure what they are. One's maybe a doe and the other one's a little forkhorn or something. So Matt and Brandon are going to go and put a stalk on them, and I'm going to try and film them from here. So they're probably, I don't know, 1,500 yards away. And so it's our last day. We're leaving here in a couple hours. So we're gonna try and get it done. Stick with us. It should be pretty cool. Okay, so I'm looking down at these deer, and I just spotted another doe in this little ditch right under these bucks and does on the cliff here. So I tried calling Matt, but he didn't pick up. I'm sure he doesn't have service down in there. So I don't see them yet, but if I do, if they walk down in front of me, I'll try and notify him. But this could mess everything up, or you know, maybe he'll be able to shoot it. I don't know. So we'll stick with it. Okay, so this buck just came out across the hillside, embedded right into that juniper tree or whatever. And a couple of the other deer got up and walked behind this mountain here. Let me see if I can show you that mountain. They got up and walked across that black ledge and walked up in between that saddle and disappeared. So there's still a bunch of deer down there. And they're still making a game plan. That doe and that drainage also got up, embedded right there. Pretty close to that buck. Alright folks, so I went on a little excursion because Brandon and Matt went down into this basin here to stalk those bucks, and they called me and said they were gonna wait till dark before they made any moves. So they're like, oh, I'll just take the truck or whatever and you can drive to another spot. I'm like, all right. So I get in the truck, I drive 50 yards and boom, freaking tire blows out. So then I go to change it. Since we have a rental, I'm like looking around for the jack in my truck, in my Chevy, or my GMC, it's under the rear seat. And so I flipped out the same thing in this Ford, and where mine is, and it looked like there was a mount for a jack, wasn't there. So I started to freak out a little bit. Pulled out the owner's manual, found it, got the spare on, so we're good with that. But then I was just like, you know, we're like way out here, we're miles from anything, any real road and stuff. So I just left the truck there and I backpacked to another basin about a mile away. And I hunted in there for a while, and I seen a couple really nice bucks. I didn't bring the camera with me because I'm stupid, but seen a couple really nice bucks. Wasn't sure if they were on the public land property, the piece that we're on, because my phone was dead, so I didn't go after them. They're out in the middle of a field anyways, so. But I just got back to the truck because we're supposed to meet back here at dark. Figured I'd get back here a little earlier. And I'm glassing around this basin that they were in. Don't see any of the deer, don't see Matt or Brandon. And then I look up and I see Matt way up to where these deer were. I could see in his quiver that he didn't have all his arrows. So I quick called him because my phone was charging in the truck. And he said he hit the deer. So I'm bringing them some water. I got a gallon of water in my backpack and my bow. So hopefully I'm gonna meet up with them. We're gonna wait a little bit. He just shot it like 10 minutes ago, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna meet up with them. They need some water bad, and then we are probably gonna track this deer. So stick with us. We're supposed to be leaving here in like, I don't know, now, but if he shot something that's good, maybe we'll be packing some more meat out. So stay tuned.
That's winging arrows everywhere. You got water. I brought a gallon.
Yeah, let me sit my back.
So, me and BC put a couple hours stalking this deer. Wound up getting 60 yards from it, and we decided we were gonna wait for it to stand up. So we sat there for 2 hours. 2.5 hours. He didn't stand up. Smaller buck actually wound up coming in, and he bedded right in front of me in the wide open at 55 yards. I stood there and stared at him for 30 minutes.
You didn't want the little one?
No, he was that forkhorn buck. I was gonna shoot him. I think it was the same way I chased up the hill yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he was high, you know, he's tight but high. He's got 3 on one side, 2 on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And he's literally laying bedded eye level with me. He's just staring right at me for 20 minutes. I couldn't move. I'm just standing almost in the wide open.
Oh.
Then a doe came out at 10 yards in front of me. Another doe came out at 50 yards on top of the hill.
Dude.
They wound up, I mean, I stood there for 25 minutes. Couldn't move a muscle.
Like a tree.
Like my feet were going numb.
Yeah.
Finally, the little doe, she got a little nervous and walked off. The other doe walked off. And I decided that if I get a shot, I was going to shoot that buck bedded in front of me.
The forkhorn.
Yeah, actually, let me go back just a minute. So, after we sat on that first buck, and he's at like just over, he's like 65 yards, for 2 hours, we decided we were going to try to get him to stand up because we were nervous that if he got up on his own, he would just turn and go the other way. I wouldn't get a shot at him. So I got the full draw. All I could see is his antlers sticking over the rock. Got the full draw. BC hucked the rock over in front of him. Doesn't even flinch. No. I let back down, wait like 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, let's try it again. I pull back again. Launches a rock right in front of him. Doesn't even flinch.
Did it hit close to him?
It was right under him, I
It
think.
sounded like it almost hit him.
Didn't even care the slightest bit. So then the other buck came in, yada yada, and I'm like, all right, if this buck stands up. I had the spot he was bedding in ranged already. Had my sight adjusted. I was ready to go. I'm waiting, and we had this stare. I mean, he probably laid there looking at me. What do you think total? 45 minutes? Or an hour? Or it wasn't that long?
It was like a half hour.
Half hour? It felt like hours.
Yeah.
Finally, I can see he's getting a little antsy. He gets up, and the second he stands up, he was looking away, so I drew on him. I had my sight set for 60 because the other buck was going to get up at 60. So I figured if this one gets up, I'm just going to hold low and right about his heart with the 60-yard pin. He's 55.
Yeah.
So pull back. I mean, solid as ever. I had all the time in the world. Set. I have it right where his heart is. He's itching his head. His foot is right in front of his heart.
Yeah.
He's itching. I'm like, the second he puts that foot down, I have my finger just touching the trigger. Puts the foot down, squeezing, not fucking going off. Yanked it. Shot fucking 2 feet over his back. I had all sand stuck in my release.
No.
You can see it on the video. Dude, I yanked the thing 2 times. I couldn't get it to go off.
Oh.
Right over his back, 2 feet. He's got no idea what's happened. So he runs 10 steps, stands there.
He didn't jump your arrow, right?
No, not at all. I literally pulled it. I yanked the release to get it to go.
Yeah.
And I shot 2 feet over his back at 45 yards. It literally would not go.
Yeah.
He runs off like 10 steps, no idea what happens. I put another arrow on. He's facing me at an unknown distance. I think it was somewhere in the 50-ish yard range. So I figured, all right, I'll try to get him right in the chest with the frontal. Pulled back, put it right on him. He's looking right at me. Shot and trying to shoot for the shoulder blade, and I just shot to the left of his entire body. I think I skimmed his butt with my fletchings. I mean, no excuse for that.
You've been making fun of me this whole trip.
He runs to the top of the hill. No idea how far he is. Third arrow on, pull back. Shot him for 60. He went right under him. He was 70. I'm like, look at BC. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. And then I remember the other buck is still there. So I'm like, oh, maybe he got up. I look, he's still laying there. Never moved the muscle.
What?
So we sat there for how much longer? I have 2 hours left.
Another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
No
He's
more.
not moving. And all the deer are gone but him. He's the last one there.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, and actually I finally got a good range on him. He was actually 67 yards, but I wasn't gonna shoot that far at him.
Yeah.
So I figured if he could either take the trail to the right and he's gonna come at 55 again, or he's gonna take it the other way and I have no idea where he's gonna go. So he gets up, sure enough, he just turns around and walks the other way around the other side of the hill. So I figured the only thing I could try to do is go up around the other side. So I run up there, trying to find him. I remember, there's a tree he was feeding behind up there. I just creep up to this ditch and I'm looking at the tree, he's not there. I look to the right and he's feeding behind like 3 trees the size of that, like 4-footer over there.
Really?
I could just see the tips of his tines sticking out, but I knew he was within like 50 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I was right there, so I kneeled down, had an arrow knocked. There was one opening right after it, ranged finder said 40 yards, dialed it to 40 yards, drew back, he walked right into the opening, quartering away, stopped him, put it right behind his shoulder, shot.
You grunted at him?
Yeah, shot right under him. I have no idea what's going on. I got 1 arrow left. I chase after him up the hill over here.
Yeah.
And I run up the hill, and I see him standing there. And I hop the hill all by himself, looking around, shakes his head around a little bit, doesn't know what's going on. I'm like, well, I got 1 hour left, so I might as well try to shoot him a 5th time. So I'm in like a little bowl, and he's out in front of me, and I could see his tines, and I'm like, I don't know, it's gotta be at least 50. It seems closer. It seemed like 40. I thought it was gonna be closer to 50. Pull up the rangefinder. I'm ranging right through the grass.
Mm-hmm.
So I hit it like 30 times. If I got up any higher, he's gonna see me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put the rangefinder away and just go up my gut. And I said I'm gonna shoot at like 50. Yeah, got up, pulled back. He was feeding away.
Mm-hmm.
Grunted. It was a hard quartering away shot. The grass had just covered the bottom of his stomach. I held it right behind his shoulder. Shot, and it was right behind his shoulder. It looked like it was going low, like heart, maybe lower. We got decent blood. I hit him though. He ran off and just went and collected my 12 arrows off the hillside. And
now we're gonna track him, right? So you think you smoked him?
My arrow doesn't look good.
Okay.
There's not much blood on the arrow. It smells like fat, but we have good blood for the first 75 yards, so we'll see. Could be a low brisket shot. It was just hard to tell with the angle and stuff I was at through the grass. So.
All right, well, let's start tracking.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's squirting pretty good here.
Jesus Christ, how do you get blood all the way down there?
Pumping both sides.
And all the way up there.
How long ago would you say you shot him?
Not too long, 45 minutes. No, it's got 2 big puddles and a big streak right there. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's pumping good now. Oh yeah.
Good blood on this whole trail.
This is a good blood trail, Matt.
Let's see. Oh wow. See this big?
Whole stream.
That's what I want.
That's good, Matt. Man, this is good. It's a nice short grass.
Yeah, you're staying on the trail, which is nice of you.
So we probably 200 yards in, and we still got really good blood. Lots of blood. He's circling, right? Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I was just saying to Matt, this is like one of those blood trails. You walk up to a deer.
Oh my god.
Dude!
Dude, this is
Man.
your stalk. Holy shit.
Dude, give me some, man. Congratulations.
Talking about the last fucking
minute, dude. Yeah, good job, boys.
Fuck yeah.
Dude,
Grab a hold of that pig.
Matt, get on him. Bro, you smoked him. Be careful with the velvet now.
Oh, oh my.
Matt.
Oh man, boys.
Holy
Matt.
shit.
Holy
Holy shit.
I honestly can't believe it.
Oh.
I honestly can't believe it.
Oh.
This is unreal. I still can't believe it happened. I threw every fucking arrow I had at these things.
All right, Matt. Hold them up and give me a...
You know, I think I blacked out back there for a little bit. Yeah, it looks like I just clipped him. I got him low. I'm guessing it hit his heart a little bit. He went, what do you think, 250 yards?
Yeah.
And he piled up. I really can't believe it still. It's just, I think we shot him at, what was that, 6:30, 6:45,
Yeah.
and the sun was down. This was the last minute of the trip. We're packed and ready to go home. So we just gotta pack out one more thing now.
You go home a little heavy.
Hopefully we can fit it in the truck.
I mean, you couldn't work harder for an animal than we did this week.
Oh man,
That's
yeah,
for sure, man.
It was a grind. It was,
We got the miles in this trip.
yeah, we battled the heat, we battled the mile. We probably got 70 miles on our boots.
Yeah.
I mean,
80.
multiple stalk attempts. We battled other people,
Failed and learned.
and we,
Failed again.
yeah,
A lot of misses.
close calls, some misses. I just had a little mishap up there, and lucky number 5 wound up taking him down.
Public land, man.
Public land. That's the first,
This is our first DIY Western hunting trip, and Matt, dude, I couldn't be more happy for you, man.
I appreciate it.
You deserved it, dude. You deserve every second of it.
I'm in shock still. It's unbelievable.
I was watching this deer from across the mountain, texting you. I'm like, dude, he's a giant. Just from looking into my binoculars, and man. All right, let's get to work.
Today is September 8th.
All right, folks. We are hiking out of here with Matt's deer. Packs are loaded. And we're gonna head on back to New Jersey now. We got a 27-hour truck ride ahead of us. And it's like probably 9:30 right now. And we're gonna lose 2 hours, so we gotta hit the road. A lot of elevation game, it seems like. Right, Brandon? All the way up.
Not too bad.
So we are just about back at the truck. We're all sweating pretty good. Loving every second of it. Matt says he's still blacked out. Waiting to wake up from this dream. But we're gonna hit the road. There's a creek down the street. We're gonna jump in, quick shower. Because we all stink from 10 days of hunting, so we'll see you in the truck. Alright folks, we are in Minnesota at a truck stop. We're gonna button up the truck a little more and get Matt's cape and stuff on ice. And last night was a pretty rough ride. We were all pretty tired. But here he is, this beast of an animal. Really?
In Jersey, so you gonna fuck yourself. How much melted? All of it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Jeez.
Alright folks, it is like 7:30 in the morning, Monday morning, and we made it home in Matt's garage.
We're back.
Here's the old beast.
What do you want?
So we gotta empty the truck and probably gonna go home and sleep.